Hello.
There you go.
I'm going to start today with a little hey, do it now. Sorry. All right. Anybody around? How you guys doing? Thanks for watching Redemption TV. My name's Boyd Townsend. My wife's here with me. I'm just going to talk about some of the stuff going on in the world and start out with a worship song. And
go from there.
See where it goes. See where the Lord takes us. Where the Spirit takes us. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. High and lifted up, shining by the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love, singing holy, 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 holy. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. See you high and lifted up, shining by the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love, singing holy, holy, holy. High and lifted up, shining by the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love, singing holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Amen.
That's a good one. That's one of my favorites.
That's a good worship song. I always liked when people played that, when the worship team played that at church.
Yeah.
It's a nice tune. Anyhow, so we're going to talk about politics now. Let's get to the fun stuff. You know, the Democrats create problems that don't even exist, you know?
Really?
Did you know that? Did you guys know that? No, seriously. And they really do. Like, I was watching Marjorie Taylor Greene, and she was saying that they're going into the Senate or whatever, like, the Democrats are fighting against, they're saying that the Republicans want to stop women from having contraceptives,
yes,
and that we want to stop gay marriage. And
no one's ever
the Republicans never said that, and they don't want to do that. But yet these people are trying to pass bills to stop us from doing that, even though we don't even want to do it. So Marjorie Taylor Greene was we're going to wait, I can't believe I got to go in there. We're going to waste this whole day, bickering over something that's not even an issue. They're making issues out of things because they want their base. They want their crazy base running around out there.
Yes, yes.
To think that they're fighting for them and they're trying to, and that we're trying to take all these rights away. And abortion didn't even get stopped anyhow. It just got sent to the states. AOC. Cortez, that woman, you know who she is. The selfie girl. That's all she does is do selfies. So, she was standing out in the middle of the road, and the cop asked her to leave because she was standing out there like protesting, and of course somebody had to be filming her, you know, because it was all just a staged thing.
Right.
So the cop asked her to get out of the middle of the road because she was protesting the Roe versus Wade thing. And she put her arms behind her back and acted like he put cuffs on her. And then she started walking, you know, like she had cuffs behind her, and somebody was like, "Way to go, AOC!" And she like raised her arm up like this, like power to us, like. So she showed right there she didn't even have cuffs on, but she was faking like she had cuffs on.
Pretending like she was arrested.
Yes, they pretend everything. They pretend they're girls, they pretend they're guys, they pretend anything. They pretend they're deers, and they pretend. There's a new cake gender. It's called did you know that? It's called cake gender. I guess when people feel like they have different layers, like a cake.
Seriously?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I saw that crazy meme somewhere. All right, who's on here? Faith. Thank you for watching. Lisa, thanks for watching. Hey, Karen, appreciate you watching too. Thank you, guys. Can't see anybody on Cloud Hub, but thank you guys too. Appreciate it. And, yeah. So, you said that other lady, Elon Omar or something?
Elon Omar. She did the same thing.
She did the same thing.
She pretended to be arrested. Although, you know what? I saw on Twitter, briefly, they were saying they arrested like 34 people and 17 of them were from Congress. Yeah. And then they have videos of Cortez and Omar pretending to be arrested. So I don't even trust the DC
I don't think
police.
Anybody was arrested.
I don't believe anything the DC police says, especially after January 6th.
No, I don't either. It's just a bunch of that's all they have is lies.
Yeah.
They lie upon lie upon lie. I mean, that's all they got. So, also, this is off that subject now, but fentanyl, overdoses of fentanyl are the #1 cause of death for 18 to 40-year-olds. So 18 to 40-year-olds, if they die, most likely they're dying from a fentanyl overdose. And I've heard too that they're starting to they're like what's the lacing? It's called lacing. They're like, even if you buy a Xanax from somebody, they'll lace it with fentanyl, so you think they're just taking a Xanax. And
right.
It's like,
they're putting fentanyl in the street drugs and
so they're literally just trying to kill people with it.
They really are. That's a big issue. That is sad.
And supposedly they're putting it on like money. I don't know. That sounds kind of silly to me, but they might. Like you could pick up a dollar bill and it has so much fentanyl, because that stuff can sink through. It absorbs right through your skin. Yeah. So, hey Tammy, how you doing? Thanks for watching. I'm glad you could see me, because I know earlier you were having trouble seeing my timeline. So that's cool. Yeah. So we got that. There's a thing. This is on Epic Times or Epoch Times, however you want to say it. It's an article and it says, "We are going to get justice. Families unite to call out questionable hospital protocols that led to the deaths of their loved ones." So there's a bunch of families getting together because that protocol in the hospital was ridiculous. And this is part of the article. I'm not going to read a lot. It's just a couple paragraphs. "The patients were all scorned because of their unvaccinated status." So they were making fun of them and giving them a hard time because a lot of these people came in, they weren't vaccinated. "They were given a combination of sedatives and the antiviral drug remdesivir." I don't even know if I should say that because it might, REMDESIVIR. "They were also kept isolated and malnourished and ultimately put on a ventilator before dying." Yeah. After the deaths of their loved ones, the families were left in confusion and with inconceivable stories that many wouldn't believe. Stories of chilling administrative cruelty. So these people have a lawsuit. And I don't know how many, but yeah. Somebody needs to do that. I mean, you can't sue the companies for anything, so... And when they weren't even... These people didn't even get the vaccination. They were just...
treated like that from the hospital administration.
Yeah.
That's something.
Okay, you can see when I post, but you can't see anything else. All right. Well, at least you can see something. I thought I was, like, completely blocked.
Not yet.
Not yet. That's coming. That'll be next. All right, so what else we got here? What else you got?
Did you post this on Facebook so like people can see it?
Yeah, I think I did.
All
if
right.
I didn't, I will. I'll check it. Kay Harris, good old Camel Toe Harris. She compared abortion to slavery when she was talking to the NAACP. The NAACP stands for National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. So she went there to try to cause more division. How's abortion anything like slavery? And slavery hasn't happened in over 100 years.
Well, I've seen there's women complaining that like they got pregnant and now they can't get an abortion, and that's it's our fault.
Right.
I think if you're
The thing is
having sexual relationships, you know that there's consequences to that. It's certainly not our fault.
Yeah. There's pills, there's diaphragms, there's
kinds of
condoms.
contraceptives.
There's even the morning after pill you can take, which will kill any, if you are starting to have a baby, If it was conceived or something, you could take that and it's supposed to. There's so many ways to get out of it without having to kill a baby at 9 months or even 28. They're even pushing for 28 days after it's born.
Is that in California?
Yeah, in California. 28 days. It's a month old and you're just going to take it to the hospital and go, yeah, we tried it out. It didn't work out. Kill the little bastard. Honestly. I mean, what is that? What kind of...
Mental.
That's psychotic. And they're literally trying to do that. How could anybody do that with a straight face or with a clear conscience or whatever, man? Ugh.
I don't know.
It's so unbelievable. Anyhow. So yeah, and once again, all that is division. That they divide and conquer. They want everyone, they want the straight people against the gays, the blacks against the whites, the Hispanics against the Asians, the
Women
Asians
against men.
Women against men.
Kids against their parents.
Kids against their parents. Yeah, everything. Different religions against other religions. Muslims against Christians. Christians against Jews. Jews against Muslims. Like, all that.
Right.
And honestly, a lot of that stuff is just manufactured. It's not organic. No. It's manufactured, and the governments and the three-letter agencies. That's what they do, man. They run around the world just manufacturing issues and problems so that they can come up with some ridiculous solution to it.
Yes.
That's going to make them a whole lot of money and screw us and put us in a really bad position.
Yes.
So anyhow. The border crisis too, like everybody is, upset about how many people are coming over the border, and rightfully so. It's been millions now. It's ridiculous, and that needs to stop. At the same time, though, you know what? There's these coyotes. They're called coyotes, and they actually go to families and like take the children, and they'll say like, "Give me your children, or else." And if they don't give them to them, they'll kill them right there in front of them, or kill the mother in front of the. They just do violent stuff. So people are giving their little kids over, 5-year-olds, 8-year-olds, and stuff. And these people are just taking them, and I've seen videos. They'll drop them over the fence, and it's far. I don't know how tall that is, but it looks like a long drop. So you got these little kids, they're getting raped, and not even all of them are little, even women, whatever, in their 20s and stuff. They're getting raped, they're getting beaten, they're getting abused, they're dying, they're finding them in the water, just drowned and everything. So here's my point. I mean, beyond the fact that everything that this regime has done is unconstitutional, it's crimes against humanity.
It really
That
is.
whole southern border and all that shit going on down there is crimes against humanity. Bringing those people in, sending pregnant women to one place and then sending kids to another place and putting the grown-up men somewhere else and giving them jobs working at Amazon for like $17 an hour and putting them up in hotels, using all of our money. It's so unconstitutional. But on top of that, it's crimes against humanity. This stuff's coming down, man. This is not going to hold. This is not going to keep going on.
We cannot survive.
No. We cannot make it until 2025. Hey, Vicky. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. You know, not everybody, a lot of people are like Trump 2024. Well, you know what? He won in 2020. And quite frankly, he wouldn't even be in there. If he runs in 2024, he won't be in there until January, almost by the time January's over of 2025.
Right.
Do you think this country, this world, can last until 2025?
No.
This can't happen. Something got to give. It's going to. I don't know exactly what. But, you know, I've heard we listen to a guy named Juan Osab. We listen to a lot of people. We read a lot of articles. And there's supposed to be like, like the Cuban Missile Crisis that happened when JFK was president. I think Russia put a bunch of missiles in Cuba, which is only, 53 miles off the coast of Florida? I don't know how, in the water or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they had missiles aimed at the United States, you know? Mm-hmm. And that was a big deal because they, but people were afraid. You know, they were teaching kids to hide under their desk in case we got attacked by nuclear. Like, that's going to help. Anyhow.
I remember that a little bit.
Right?
I remember having to get off the back of the bus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that was about. Like, a couple times a year, instead of getting off the front of the bus, they would open the back door and we would each have to get off, like jump out the back.
That's weird, just for practice.
I guess. I don't know what we were practicing for.
I don't know. So, yeah, so I think we're going to have some kind of event. I don't think it's really going to be a nuclear event or anything, but it's going to be something that gets pretty scary. It's going to look like things are going to look bad. Things are going to look worse than they do now, unfortunately. And I'm not happy about that. I mean, I'm not just being glib. I know it sucks. I'm not looking forward to it, but I think it has to happen because there's still people who don't even realize anything's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to talk about this. We got to tell people. There's people just living their life thinking like nothing's wrong. I don't know. I don't know how you can do that.
Yeah, I don't either. How can you, I mean, don't you want to know why things are going as bad as they are?
How could you not
question?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
How could you not sense that the world is in a whole lot of trouble and something's going to happen? Like, this is unsustainable. It's completely unsustainable. The prices, there's going to be food shortages. That's getting worse. I don't know, man. Pretty crazy stuff. Anyhow. What else did I got? Oh, this is old. I think my thing blew over. Let's see. Yeah, so okay. The New York State has they won a victory in the Supreme Court of the state. You know, each state has its own Supreme Court too. Well, there's a Supreme Court judge in New York State. His name is Judge Ronald Plotz. It looks like Ploetz. Plotz, I don't know. But he ruled that it's unconstitutional that you can put people in forced quarantines. The governor of New York, the state of New York, Kathy Hochul, was trying to force a bill through that would allow her to take people, drag them out of their house, and put them basically in a concentration camp.
Probably the unvaccinated.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's nice.
But luckily, this judge said that it's not constitutional, that it's null and void and unenforceable as a law. I like that he said it like that. Like he made it. That's pretty clear.
Very clear.
Very clear. Yeah. When he said unconstitutional, null and void, and unenforceable as a law, I think he's making a good point there. Because, you know, you could tell these people anything, and they're trying to defy the Supreme Court. You know, Biden's writing executive orders. The different states are trying to get around it and stuff. And, you know, they act like it's the end of the world. You can still get your abortions. I mean, it's ridiculous. Anyhow. What else we got? Anything else? Do you have any?
I don't.
News? Well, that's about it for the news. But, you know, I got to tell you, a lot of people were thinking it's the end times, that Jesus is going to come back soon. And I think he's going to come back soon. I don't think yet. When I say soon, I'm thinking like 10 years. Of course, I don't know. This is just... I'm going off what I read in the Bible. Like, and these are the two verses that make me think that it's going to be a little bit more time. I'm not saying long, and I could be completely wrong. So I'm admitting that. I'm just saying these verses here kind of sound to me like it might take a little bit longer than we're thinking. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 2 and 3. For you yourselves know perfectly well that the day of the Lord will come as unexpectedly and suddenly as a thief in the night. When people are saying all is well and all is secure and there is peace and safety. See right there. That insinuates that the world is going to be in a really good place.
Yes,
doesn't it?
Thinking everything's wonderful.
Nobody's saying, "Oh, there's peace and security and everything's wonderful." Like that's what it says it's going to be like, and it is not like that. Anyhow, let me finish. And then, in a moment, unforeseen destruction will come up on them suddenly, as labor pains come upon a woman with child, and they shall by no means escape, for there will be no escape. So that's one of them right there. And here's what I think. I think even the cue, like this dark to light stuff. Lucifer was Satan in heaven.
Right.
He was an angel of light. He comes as an angel of light. He was the most beautiful angel in heaven. That was Lucifer. But the other side of Lucifer, once he got tossed down to the earth and tried to defy God, is Satan. So Lucifer and Satan are two sides of the same coin.
Yes.
So I think right now we're in this really dark thing where they're abusing children and raping kids, and there's trafficking, and they're trying to poison, like depopulate the earth and like get rid of us. So this is a really dark time. I think us as humans are going to overcome this. And then everybody's going to be like, oh, I think our finances are going to get better. I think the world's going to look more peaceful. And I think it's going to match up to this. And then I think that's when it's going to happen. Because right now, it's just so crazy. Here's another one. This is Luke 17, Luke chapter 17, verse 26 to 30. When the Son of Man returns, it will be like it was in Noah's day. In those days, the people enjoyed banquets and parties and weddings, right up to the time Noah entered his boat and the flood came and destroyed them all. And the world will be as it was in the day of Lot. People went about their daily business, eating, drinking, buying, selling. See, it sounds like a great time. Farming, building, until the morning Lot left Sodom. Then fire and burning sulfur rained down from heaven and destroyed them all. Yes, it will be business as usual right up to the day when the Son of Man is revealed. So, those are my two verses, my two reasons that I personally think it's going to be a little bit. I think this, I know people think it's just going to go down like this, but I think we're going to turn this around. I really
like a second harvest. That's what I think. It'll be like a second harvest, and everyone's going to be like, oh, everything's great. And then it's going to be a different kind of, in my opinion, a different kind of, I mean, it's kind of Satanism because it's against God, but it's that new age. Everybody feels great. It's all about me. It's all about what I want to do and my feelings, and
it's going to be more insidious than this. It's obvious that it's evil when they're trying to depopulate the world and they're killing children and raping children. That's obviously evil.
Right.
But when everybody's like, look, we overcame the evil in the world, and we're gods, and we're like God, and right. We can just raise our consciousness up to God, and it's going to dismiss what Jesus did, and we're going to think we can get there on our own, and we don't really need Christ to get there. I mean, I'm not saying everybody, but you see it already.
That's the light side.
Yeah, that's the light side. See, that's the more insidious part, because it's evil because it's denying God's power. Mm-hmm. And he's not going to put up with that. But it's going to seem good on the surface. And the people are even going to be doing good things and seem nice, but they're leading us astray from Christ and the message of the salvation of Christ through him. And only through him.
Yes.
So that's kind of how my take is on it. And I certainly don't know for sure. And he could show up right now, He says no man knows the day or the hour and all that. So who knows? God, you two have such good laughs, making me giggle hearing it. Thanks, Faith. That's sweet. Appreciate that. That's a nice compliment. Okay, I just wanted to see. All right, I guess that's it, right? We're good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening, and have a nice
night.
Yeah. All right. Peace and love.